Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sit in It for a Bit second of Advent special.
With your hosts, Arne and Carlos, we are back with yet another episode of our Advent specials that we're doing this year. This year, we're not doing a big Advent calendar here on our YouTube channel. Instead, we are celebrating the 4 Sundays of Advent with a little special episode each Sunday where we will go through some of the preparations that we've been doing for Christmas and where we'll be talking and recapping our week.
Yeah. Talk about things.
Talk about things, yeah.
While you sit and knit.
Exactly, yeah. And one of the cool things about not doing the Advent calendar this year is that we don't have to pre-record way in advance, you know. I mean, we've been doing this for a few years now, and when we do the big Advent calendar, we can't take the risk of not being home or, you know, there's a medical emergency or something. So we have to pre-record. And this year, because we're not doing it, it means that we can do this a little closer to when we are airing the episode. So, in case you're wondering, yes, this is pre-recorded, but today is December 8th. It is the second Sunday of Advent.
Yeah, and it's early in the morning.
Yes, my clock says it's 9:29 a.m. here in Norway. And this means that when we finish recording this, Anna and PJ, I don't know which one of them, but one of them is going to take the episode and prepare it so that it is available this evening here in Europe at 6 p.m. Central European time, which will be early morning in the Pacific area in Pacific time. It'll be in the middle of the day in the east coast of the US. And it will be Monday in the middle of the night in Australia. So we've all covered.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
I don't understand how you remember all these things.
Well, I do.
The time things. But you should have the honor again to light the candles.
Oh, thank you.
Think.
Yeah,
You're so good at it.
Yeah, and we've got our lovely matches. Last week we used this one. It was a pink one. And I am going to select a match from my beautiful matchbox, and we are going to light 2 candles today. And have you decided what you want to do?
No, I was thinking maybe like a little. It could be like a Christmas village with log cabins. You can do log cabins from this.
Yeah. So Arne, pick a color.
I want to have a yellow one.
A yellow one today. So we're doing a yellow.
These are so
Yeah,
cool.
I love these. And actually, we put up our Swedish candle holder. I'm sure you've seen it in previous years. It's red. It's got 7 candles. And, you know, it takes time to light 7 candles. So if you have a long match like that, it's actually
you don't burn your fingers.
Quite easy. How many matches do you do if you do the little one?
Normally, I think I do 2.
Yeah.
I don't think I...
Right.
Because sometimes you have these Swedish candles and you have to hold the candlestick long.
The
matchstick very long before it starts burning. So
here we're going to light 2 candles. It's going to go really well. I'm not going to burn my fingers, which is great. So let's go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So one for
last week
and one for this week, this Sunday. So we're getting closer to Christmas.
Wow, they're smoking.
And now people have the discussion. Should you put water on it? Should you put it back in the box?
No, I mean, we're not putting it back in the box. The box is beautiful.
I want it.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put it down on the table, and that's that. No, let it
cool down.
Let it cool down, and it will be fine. And there's no need to be hysterical about these things either. No. It's a match.
It's a match.
And we've just lit 2 candles, and we're good. We're good.
Very good.
But yeah, on the preparations this week, last week it was kind of, we were caught a little bit in the last minute. We did the recording, and then we went to Oslo to be present at this very grand occasion, which was the baptism of my goddaughter, the Zoe.
Yep.
And so, you know, we kind of did the podcast, and then we rushed into the city, went to church, the baptism or christening. Somebody mentioned in the comment, it's not a baptism, it's a christening. Okay, so we're not native English speakers. In Norway, there's just one word, and what you do is you take the child, you put water on the child's head.
You dip the baby
or
in
the
the
forehead.
water.
No, you don't dip the baby. The priest puts water on the baby's forehead.
And
they dry it, and then
name.
they say her name. And that's, what we call in Norwegian a baptism. I don't really understand what a christening is, but I'm sure people will put it in the comments.
Because I think you're like, if you go to the church with your kid and you do the baptism thing, you also kind of put that kid in the church books.
I don't know.
So,
but in Norway,
you get Christian.
Yeah,
I have no clue.
Anyway, for you who don't know, we are not native English speakers.
It might sound like I'm English speaking, but no.
But we're not. So please understand that in Norway we only have one word for this, and it's directly translated from Norwegian. It's a baptism.
Dåp.
And then dåp. Yeah.
Dåp. Let's go for dåp.
Yes.
Let's change the world.
Anyway, we went to her thing.
The thing.
Whatever it's called,
dåp,
Christian baptism, whatever. And then we came back, and it took a little while. We had the Advent calendar holder from last week, but it took a little while before we got the second Advent candle holder, because we have one upstairs as well. And that one, actually, we only put up yesterday, which was Saturday.
Yeah. And because we've been so busy, we've been painting the guest room, and now we're out of paint, so we have to wait until the 16th of December, because then we get more paint, because we have to go to Oslo to get the paint.
Yeah, it's complicated.
And you've been buying flowers.
Yes, I have been buying some flowers to decorate a little bit, because we don't go all out with the Christmas tree the first thing we do. So we've got poinsettias.
Yeah.
Amaryllis, I think these are amaryllis, right?
I think it is.
Yeah,
and
these
then
are.
We have some hyacinths.
These are very beautiful. They are red. Hyacinths and hellebores.
Yeah, and those can actually be outside. We have one in the garden, which we had for Christmas many years ago, and it's still blooming sometimes in the spring.
I really love the hellebores. We haven't actually had much of that before.
No, not before.
So this is the year of the hellebores here at home. We've got some that are potted, and then the florist did a really nice thing where she wrapped
moss.
the plant with moss, and then you put it on a little tray, and you just add water down there. It's really lovely.
It's really nice, and I think we can put them in plastic pots after Christmas, and then just put them out in the garden and pull snow over. So maybe
Yeah, I mean, it's a winter
they're
flower.
Still alive in the spring.
It's a winter flower, and I read that they actually bloom from winter and pretty much into way into spring. So
in this garden, they bloom in spring.
Yeah, so
the one we have. We're going to do a new flower bed with those.
Yeah, they're really
so
nice.
Many.
So anyway, that's what and then the Swedish candle holder in the kitchen. I think we should actually keep the matches in the kitchen so that we can easily light them in the evenings. And we're going to light the Swedish candle holder in the evenings when we have dinner, if we are having dinner in the kitchen.
And we're going to go out now next week and get some electric. The candles with batteries, because we have this French chandelier in the window, and it's so close to the window, so it's not safe to let it burn.
Yeah.
So I think we should put those electric ones with a remote control.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit of light in the window.
Absolutely.
Because we need a lot of light this time of the year, because it gets dark early, and I think the light came now. It was been like blue outside. When we put up the camera just a little while ago, it was blue. The whole window was blue.
And actually had to go into the living room and light all the lights because it was so dark in there. But now actually we wouldn't have had to. While we were preparing everything, and yesterday was a big decorating day actually. I went down and I got all the flowers and things. But I actually spent the morning clearing the terrace. We've got our roof covered terrace on that side, and on this side we've got a lovely open air terrace where we have furniture. And I cleared it yesterday because it had snowed at night.
I think more snow came just after you finished it, because now it's this much.
Yeah, and we had a question because we did post a little bit on Instagram and Shorts here on YouTube. Somebody was asking, why do we bother clearing the terrace? And the answer is very simple. if we don't clear the terrace, we'll have eventually we'll have like a
1 meter.
feet, like 1 meter, 3 feet of snow, like 1 meter, and then we won't be able to open the doors, and we won't be able to use the terrace in winter. Remember, we're from Norway. There's no bad weather, only bad clothing choices. And yes, you can enjoy the outside in the winter as well. We put up more basic furniture in wintertime, things that we can take in and out. But absolutely, we use our terrace
normally
all year round.
We try to clean it before Easter. We have done that before, but it's so much snow. So it's hard. So it's easier to just take it away as
soon as it comes.
As soon as it comes, as long as we are at home.
So guess what we'll be doing?
When we go to Antarctica, it can come 1 meter again.
Yeah, but maybe Jarmund will help us then.
Yeah.
Anyway, guess what we're going to be doing after we finish this? Because we've got a nice layer of snow. It's absolutely beautiful outside. All the branches of all the trees have got snow. And it just looks absolutely gorgeous, like a true winter wonderland.
It's really nice. The only thing we miss is the birds.
Yeah, no birds. Where are the birds?
I know. Yesterday I put up these sunflower seeds also and see if that can tempt them. So maybe they will
Are the sunflower seeds there?
No, in that garden.
Wow. I love it there where I can see them.
I tried last year, but when you get 1 meter of snow or more, it's really hard to get up there. So I gave up that one.
Well, hopefully the birds will eventually come. I mean, we have been feeding them, haven't we? Every year.
Yeah, every year. So I don't know, maybe we were too late this year, or maybe the corn or the grain frightened them.
We'll see.
I don't know. They never eat the grain. So.
Well, hopefully we'll have some birds.
But I was thinking, like, if you put up the sunflower seed, then maybe they will come because they like that.
Yeah.
And then we done some gifts wrapping.
Yeah. So we went to Japan. We were in Japan and we did a lot of Christmas shopping there. So we've got gifts. And when they came, they were kind of Japanese wrapped.
Very nice, actually.
Beautifully wrapped. And what we've done, I can show an example here. What we've done is we've wrapped over the Japanese wrapping. There's now Norwegian wrapping with the typical curly. This is very Norwegian.
Yeah, you do the scissor.
With the scissor.
Like this. And then
you make a prezi that looks like this. And this is actually quite lovely. This is lovely Christmas paper with little trees and things.
Trees and stars.
And stars.
So we started to do some wrapping. So some are double wrapped.
Well, yeah, this is so whoever the recipient will open this one, and then there'll be more wrapping.
Yeah, a fabulous Japanese
a beautiful wrapping. Japanese wrapping under.
But we need to have like this typical paper under the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we do. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. So, and then we've got this one here. This is ARNE. You spent quite some time, so I'm going to let you show this one.
And I like, on this type of packages, I like to wrap the ribbon like this around the corners, so it's the same on both sides. And then I put some, what you call that, the tape?
Yeah.
On one side, so it doesn't move.
You spent like half an hour wrapping this.
Yeah, but it's fun. I like to wrap.
And this year we do different kind of labels every year. This year we're doing stickers.
Yeah, I found this in the local grocery
little
store.
heart-shaped stickers where we can write to who it is for.
And I bought some more childish one for the kids.
Yeah?
Yeah.
These are cute.
Kind of childish too, but the other one are not the one you glue on. But I think they were nice. And they were on sale.
And I do want people to notice the little details on the little elves. These are traditional Norwegian elves, and as you can see, they've got hats, and the hats do have a little bit of knitting on them.
Yeah,
knitted patterns. You've got a few of the traditional Selbu roses.
These are nice.
And some chevron patterns and some stars. But yeah, overall, a very cute little Scandinavian packaging here going on.
So I think when we buy things in the store and they said, should we wrap it for you? The only time we say yes, that's in Japan. We don't let people wrap our gifts.
And then they say, please wait.
Please wait. And then you go out for
40 minutes later, they're still wrapping, which is amazing.
I bought a gift in one store, a book in the store, and the guy said, wait. because I wanted to have it wrapped.
Of course.
And I think he was kind of new in the store, because I was walking around looking at other books and looking at him, and he folded the paper so many times and opened it again and fold it again. He was not happy.
No,
but
not at all.
He made a really good job in the end. So, but you know, this is all in the wrapping.
Yeah. Other news around here is that Arne's Christmas doll, Effie, or Cher as you call her.
Well, now she's not a Christmas doll.
No, she's a doll, but she's in her Christmas attire.
Yeah, I put on her Christmas outfit now because it's getting close to Christmas. So this is a nice yarn from like.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, this is from, you know, Annie Blatt,
the
French yarn.
It's very nice.
It's from the Christmas ball book we did in 2010.
And she's wearing some special footwear, huh?
This is a gift. And it was from the Blight store in Osaka, and it was full of these things you put in your hair.
Oh, for the dolls,
For the dolls, but they matched. She can wear them.
They worked well Christmas. As little Christmas
booties. She needs
booties.
stockings. I think her legs are really white in the winter.
Yeah, I think you need to knit her some Christmas stockings.
Yeah. And this one, I haven't put buttons on the dress yet, but I finished all the embellishments.
Yeah.
And the lining is finished.
Yeah, it looks absolutely couture, I have to say.
I have a few of these dresses. I'm going to finish the same style. And then we saw a lady or a girl in a store in Paris, no, in Osaka, and she had this wonderful dress. Do you remember?
Yes.
It was like thin fabric, like a chiffon or a tulle. I don't know what it's called. Tulle. And it was with ribbons.
It's beautiful.
And the ribbons gathered the whole fabric around. It shaped her body.
Was that in the Comme des Garçons store? Yeah, it was amazing.
That dress was beautiful. So I think that's something I should do for this doll.
And
she needs one of those.
And unlike Arne and me, Cher has not been to the hairdressers because her hair's up in a little... I don't know. We need to do something about that hair.
We just need to get it up when we work on the outfit.
But you need to get her a nice hairdo because
this is the Christmas outfit.
Yeah.
She looks good in this one.
She does.
And then this week we had some really fun news in Norway.
Oh yeah, very big news
actually.
I mean, maybe not for you guys, but for the Norwegians,
for us, it's huge.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody?
This last week, UNESCO put some Norwegian traditions on the list.
Yes, so the World Heritage list.
Yeah, so one is the folk costumes we're wearing.
The bunad tradition.
The whole bunad culture. And it's about the sewing, the making of all these things. And
the wearing.
The traditional wearing them. And then the other one was the out farm, which we call sæter, or in this area it's called støl. That is when I grew up, we had the sæter, out farm. And in the spring you move all the cattle up to the mountains, and you move your whole life is going from the farm down in the valley to the other farm.
Yeah.
And that is also now that culture of doing this sæter thing, out farming, is also on the list.
Right. So the UNESCO
that is really cool.
The UNESCO World Heritage list is kind of there's different things on the list. You've got notable buildings. Like, for example, Bryggen in Bergen is on the UNESCO World Heritage list as a World Heritage site. And you also have, for example, the Geiranger Fjord, which is a place. That's also on the World Heritage list as a World Heritage site. But UNESCO also has a list for immaterial cultural heritage, which is just, traditions. For example, the baguette. Yeah. The French baguette is on the list. Not the bread itself, but the traditions around baking a baguette. Also Italian opera. Yeah. Not a particular opera, but the culture of opera in Italy in general is on the list.
So I think it's really nice. And now the folk costumes in Norway are on that list.
And now, the traditional bunad, which is the folk costume, they've made it to the list. Not the folk costumes itself, but the fact that Norway has had 150 years of continued traditions in making and wearing special costumes from different parts of of the country. Not costumes like a Halloween costume. We're talking about bunad. We're talking about an outfit that is particular or specific for a region. And sometimes I wonder whether people will understand it more now.
Sometimes you get strange comments when you wear your folk costume.
Yeah, well, from foreigners, yes.
Or when you talk about folk costumes. So sometimes, like, people can say you're patriotic or more nationalistic, or like it's really a bad way of talking about the folk costumes, because this is a deeper. It has a deeper meaning. It's more about your identity. It's about being...
The culture here.
The culture, you are proud of the area where you're from.
Yeah. I think people...
It's also something that you have in common with other people in a way.
Yeah, it's a community. And I think people that are not from Norway, they do misunderstand the meaning behind wearing these garments. I mean, for the baptism... Last Sunday, we wore our bunad from Gudbrandsdalen, our folk costumes. They're actually called bunad in Norwegian, so I think it's good to use that word.
Bunad, yeah.
We wore our bunad because it is a very important, it's a grand occasion where you're bringing a child into a community, right? And many people in the church were wearing their bunad from different regions. And it has nothing to do with patriotism. It's all about the culture here in Norway. If you have one, you have to wear it on certain occasions. And I think that you could kind of compare it to traditions of wearing kimono in Japan.
It's the same thing, actually.
You see a lot of, when you're in Japan, you see a lot of people wearing kimono, a lot of women. Some of them are wearing them as tourists. They just rent them for the day. Yeah. But some are actually not. Some of them may be on the way to a tea ceremony, or they're on a way to, something very special where they need to wear, the best outfit that they have. And it's similar in Norway. It's just a culture and a tradition. This year we've already worn our bunad twice. Yeah. The first time we wore it was for the confirmation of our grandnephew, Håkon. The second time was for Zoe's christening or baptism, whichever one, I still don't know. And the third time we're going to wear it this year is for Christmas Eve. So 3 times.
Or Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, this year's going to be Christmas Day.
Because we're going to do Christmas Eve in Sweden, and then we're going to do the Christmas Day with our friends in Norway on the Christmas Day, first day of Christmas.
And we're not wearing them because we're patriotic. We're wearing them because we have them. And when we have them, we have to wear them.
Your Sunday best.
It's your Sunday best. And you have to wear them. And this has been the culture here for 150 years.
So it's not like we put on like a fancy costume or something.
No,
or
not at all.
Just to be funny or look
No,
strange.
not at all. It's very serious.
It's serious.
It's serious business.
So, and each region have their own traditions. Yeah. So that may be different from the kimono. I don't know if the kimono, if you can tell.
No, I don't know. The kimono is more seasonal, I think. The colors vary from season.
And I don't know if you can say that the person is from one area by wearing a kimono. Maybe they have some things that we don't know about, but in Norway you can tell.
You can tell where the people come from.
The bunad, where people are from. Or at least now, like now you can tell where the bunad are from. The people necessarily don't have to be from that place, because now people are picking the bunad they like the most. Before, it was you used the bunad where your family came from, or where you grew up, or a place you were married into.
Right, yeah. And then from church, we went to the church very near where the reception was going to take place, about 15 minutes walk. So, and wearing a bunad indoors can be quite warm. So we walked from the church to the venue. We walked. And there you have it. On a Sunday morning, actually it was 12 o'clock. So it was noon. On noon on Sunday, we left the Uranienberg Church and we walked to the venue, 15 minutes. And nobody raised an eyebrow. Nobody looked at us and, weird or something. I mean, we're walking in Oslo on a Sunday. People understand why we're wearing a bunad. They understand that we've probably been to a very important occasion.
People more than happy, likely, actually, when you walk past by people in your folk costume, and it's on a regular Sunday. People smile and look happy when they see.
But they
you
don't
wearing
look at
your
you
fall
weird
costume.
or anything, and
No,
they
no.
understand. We've been to a.
They know that you've been to something special.
Yeah. If it would have been in May or in September, they would have probably guessed that it was a confirmation. But because it's in December, they're probably thinking, oh, they went to a christening. So people probably even know or can guess what it is we did. And then as we were arriving to the venue, an older lady stopped and looked at us and just said to a Norwegian lady, she stopped and she said to us how absolutely wonderful we looked today, which
nice.
which was very sweet.
Handsome guys, she said.
Yeah, you're so handsome today, guys, which is very nice.
And you know, I'm going to look on my folk costumes, because we have the one from Gudbrandsdalen, but since I got the one from Setesdal, also from Gary, my uncle Gary in America. It's not a real uncle, but still. And I have this hat I got in Mexico. We bought some antiques in the store in Mexico, and I saw this top hat, and the guy said I could have it. And the lining is loose, so I'm going to fix the lining. But I think I can actually wear that one with my Setesdal folk costume.
That's a good idea.
Because I've seen pictures of people wearing that.
Yeah, if there's documented evidence, you can. So speaking of older ladies, Arne, you did bring a couple of old lady projects that you bought in the thrift store that I thought we should show.
Because I was so inspired when I heard that the Satter, the out farm thing, got on that list. So I found this dead ladies project. This is from a Satter, from an out farm. This is a typical Norwegian out farm thing.
Yeah. And it's not that out farm that has now ended up on the list. It's the culture.
The culture of moving to the mountains.
So everybody, all the farmers, and this has been done for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a cultural thing. Again, when you are ready in the summer and you're a farmer and you have cattle or you have sheep, you move up to the out farm with your animals. Yeah. And they spend the whole summer grazing up in the mountains in Norway. And you're there taking care of the animals, making butter, right? Milking cows. Not many people do that anymore. And there's even a word for that. It's called budeya. A budeya is a person who is up in the out farms, taking care of the animals and making sure that everything's going well up in the out farm.
And normally in the old days, budeya was mostly women, but there were also some men who were working as budeya, and then we were also called sveiser, which is the male name of a guy working in the farm, but it was also used instead of budeya. But budeya is the main word. So when I was in this, I found this magazine from. It was the first time this magazine came in what I call tabloid.
Oh, tabloid.
Tabloid. It's from September 1990, and at the time I was a budeya.
Are you in it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was a budeya on the farm where I grew up.
Wow.
And this is the farm.
You got publicity from a very early age, didn't you?
1990s, not a long time.
Oh, come on. You were only 6.
Yeah, of course. So this is me, and it says, what's that in English?
Manly?
Manly budeya.
Oh, male.
Male budeya. So that's me on the out farm. And this is the house where I grew up in the summer with my grandparents and my siblings. Yeah. And then my grandmother was a budeya there for many, many years. And when she got too old, I came and I was the budeya. So this is one of my cows.
Oh, there's you again up there.
And this is, there was no electricity, so I had to heat the oven with wood. So this is me carrying the wood for the oven. And so this is it's a nice thing to have. See, I'm historic now.
Yeah. And there's usually no electricity up in the mountains.
No, not in the old days.
Still today, I think a lot of these Sætre, which are now in the UNESCO World List, don't have electricity.
No,
everything's done with generators.
My family have 2 of them and 2 out farms, Sætre, and there's no electricity. And my brother's oldest son, he is still using both of the Sætre. Yeah. Sætre out farms.
Yeah, so we've got 2 quite incredible aspects of Norwegian culture that have made it into the UNESCO World Heritage List. Just to sum it up, the bunad, the traditional bunad, or the bunad traditions that we Norwegians have had for the past 150 years. We're the only country in Europe that has traditions for bunad, for folk costumes, that go back 150 years, and which
and we still use them.
Yeah, and which actually go not for one specific region, but for all of Norway. All of Norway has the same tradition, and we have been wearing the folk costumes continuously for 150 years, and we still do to this day today. And then the second incredible aspect of Norwegian culture, which ARNE has been part of, and which I have been so lucky to have experienced as well, being with ARNE, is the out farm culture, the sæter culture.
And look, I have another Dead Ladies project. This is a huge one. Look at this one. And see, that there you have both of them. You have the lady with the bunad, the folk costume, and you have the cattle. So this is another out farm. This is also something I think I should finish.
Yeah.
So there you put it on the wall.
So there you go. To sum it up, it's been a great week here in Norway for Norwegians, and yeah, I can't wait to see what this will, mean for the traditions.
You can't wait to see this finished now.
I can't wait to see that finished too. Yeah.
This one also have a bunad, and the nice thing was the Queen of Norway wrote a really nice thing on Instagram. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Just the other day. Yeah, she congratulated the Norwegian people for the traditions that have now entered the list. And to finish this lovely little podcast, Arne, we do have a few of your your hexagons that you're working on. Have you any updates for people?
Yeah, this is really fun because I have made this one and this one and this one.
You made those a while ago, didn't you?
Yeah, this is actually a while ago with the same bird. And where is that? I think I went to the thrift store and I found another piece with the same bird.
Yeah.
I brought it here, but now it's gone.
We can show it next week. Anyway, these tablecloths with machine embroidery are not... there are a dime a dozen nowadays in the thrift stores.
And but it's amazing that you actually find one tablecloth more with the same bird.
And here you've got a piece. Here you've got a piece with a bell, and you have another one.
Yeah. So this one I made from that one. So this is just a little tablecloth with this motif in both ends.
Oops.
Like this. And from this piece I got this hexagon. So I can get two hexagons or flowers from this piece.
Yeah.
So, but I was over the moon when I found another tablecloth with the same bird.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
That is really not possible sometimes.
Yeah, but
But they're made in like produced in China. I guess.
They're mass produced, and there's so many of them. So this podcast has now come to an end. We hope you have enjoyed it. We have certainly enjoyed coming in real time. I love lighting. I mean, I'm a Virgo, so obviously I'm going to love lighting the advent calendars or the advent candles on the correct day. So number 2 on Sunday, as opposed to lighting them 3 weeks before because we had to pre-record everything. Next week, however, we won't be able to record the Advent special on the 3rd Sunday of Advent because we are going to go to Paris. So that Advent special we will pre-record a few days before we leave, or a few days before Sunday. We're leaving on Thursday, so probably we'll record it on Thursday. Yeah. And it's live, but the week after, on the 4th of Advent, we will be able to record it on the same day, which means we got 3 out of 4 this year, which isn't bad considering how much we travel.
No.
Right?
So we're lucky.
We're very lucky. Yeah. So we hope that you have enjoyed this podcast. And if you have, please give us a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure that you turn on the notifications so that you never miss an episode. Yes. And if you want additional content, we have you covered. All you need to do is become a member of the ARNE and Carlos channel. And to do so, all you need to do is go to the channel. Well, you're actually in the channel already if you're watching this. Yeah. Go to the subscribe part, so the main page of the channel where you subscribe, and next to the subscribe you have a join button. You can select your tier, And you can become a member. And members, they get fun shenanigans with us. There's cooking episodes. There are live streams with knitting help and Q&As. Yesterday we had a really fun Christmas party, which was live for our Tier 2 members. There's badges, there's emojis, and there's 15-minute catch-ups every week with us.
Yeah.
So thank
That's
you so much for watching.
Yeah. So see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday. But next Sunday, we will be shopping in flea markets in Paris.
You will see us.
But you will see us on our 3rd of Advent special anyway. So take care. And until then, bye.